Boo! We're wasting no time today. We're gonna jump right into it. Hello. Alright, we're gonna do some more drawing. I said I was gonna work on the other card that we had last time, a little bit off stream, but I ended up not doing that, but I think I still will. Like, I don't think I'm gonna work on it on stream anymore, but there's definitely some work to be done on that other one. But we're gonna dive into a new one today because, yeah, these need to get done, and I am slacking on these. Anyways, yeah, today we're gonna do, we have two cards that I want to do. One of them, or both of them, are like me and Kai's like kind of first impressions of each other from, yeah, way back when we first met. And so we're gonna draw that on some trading cards for our wedding because, yeah, I think that would be fun. And we're both kind of awkward about filling out all that, like, oh, what's your love story kind of thing. So I think this is the best way to do that. So, yeah. And so this one is more like, I guess, my perspective on all this, which would be, so my first impression of Kai was when we were in college, and he used to, at the time he was actually dating the girl next door. So I had a desk. I don't know if, let me set this up a little better. I had a desk that was right by a window. Right by a window. It was a really big window. I definitely got the lucky, like, I guess, spot out of me and my roommates, but I think it was kind of just based on everyone's preferences. That's just how it worked out. I also feel like this is not on the right. Well, we can fix that later. Yeah, so I had a big window, and so Kai would always walk by this big window. And so from my perspective, he was just this quiet guy who walked by all the time for no reason. So that's kind of what we're gonna try to create here, is what that was like. I was trying to find some pictures of my desk from back then. Couldn't find very many, surprisingly, but maybe it's not that surprising. Like, I had some like kind of close-ish ones, but nothing too crazy. So we're gonna try to do this mostly from memory. I did find some pictures which I might pull up for reference, but I don't know if I'll necessarily show them on stream. A lot of them have like people in them, but it's a big old window, so we will at least start with that. I've got a big fat window. What happened here? That does not, these lines are like off, which is weird because I feel like I just did this with the symmetry tool on, but no, actually the first line I think was kind of weird, so maybe that makes sense. Man, so many things came up on Twitter that just made me feel really old. Like, I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, but Sweet Life of Zach and Cody came out 20 years ago. I'm like, what do you mean 20? 20? That doesn't sound right, but like at the same time it sounds very right. I don't know, I hate it. I hate getting old. I mean, heck, I'm getting married. That sounds like an old people thing, getting married. Give me 1 second. I think I might, oops, what the heck? That is not what I intended to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me try to find something really quick. Reference. I think I should be able to find this. I favorited a couple pictures that might be able to use here. Oh my gosh, the amount of scrolling I have to do to get to it. Okay. This is a sideways picture, but I think it'll have to do. Oh, I can rotate it. Okay, ready? Dun dun dun. Oh my gosh, wrong. Stream is not ending. I'm breaking everything. Alright. Here's my desk. Woohoo! My desk from when I was a young freshman college. At least the best picture I could find. It was nice. We were just facing the sun. Got a nice view. But anyways, yeah. So you kind of see what I'm going for. I was gonna see what the edge looked like, but it looks like there's kind of a curtain in front of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. First, hi Blanket! How are you doing? Sorry, I realized that I kind of disappeared off your stream earlier because I got a call from work, and then by the time I came back, I think you might have been... Were you done? I don't know, but yeah, welcome in. We're working on a new card for our trading card thing that we got going on for our wedding. So here we've got my lovely desk from college. Big old throwback. It's making me feel a little old. Yeah, this is definitely... Okay, I say definitely. This might have been around Halloween time, but it might have been after because these were like plastic pumpkins, and I know they stayed on our desk for a very long time. I feel like very closely there's photos of like me and some friends and some siblings, but I don't think you can see it that clearly anyways. And then we've got a pun jar. So this is actually, yeah, this had to be after Christmas then, because this was a Christmas gift from one of my roommates, because I'm always a sucker for puns, so she got me a jar of puns. When's the first mochi card? Or when's the mochi card? We'll make one day. One day. But yeah. I was seeing on Twitter like all these like milestones, like it's been 20 years since Sweet Life of Zack and Cody came out, and that makes me feel extremely old. 20 years since Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and 10 years since Lo-Fi Girl's been around. So, things that make you feel old, am I right? Yeah. Okay, I've got this curtain action going on here, so I think that's a good start. I kind of just want to lay out, like, generally what things look like. For additional context, this is gonna be kind of like my first impression of Kai. Back before we started dating, we were college freshmen. He was actually dating the girl next door. And so because of that, he would walk from his dorm, which was on the other side of the building, like downstairs, and he would typically walk this way, and he would walk by and I'd be sitting here, and he'd be walking by and he'd be like, hello, and I'd be like, hello. Yeah. Obviously this is gonna be a little better. How many cards are there gonna be? I'm gonna do as many as I can. I have like maybe 5 in mind so far, but I would like to do a bunch and then do some like generic cards, like, you know, generic like wedding ring card or like something with like, I don't know, typical like wedding things. But yeah, not sure exact number yet, but if we get enough, then we can do like random packs, or like packs to give out to people as like wedding favors with like a random 5 of them. How many channel points do you have in my channel? I'm curious. I'm actually not sure. I'm also not sure how to check right now, but yeah, I typically like put it on and I leave it on, so I know they've kind of built up, but I don't think it's like a whole lot necessarily. Speaking of channel points, I think this is the last stream I need to do before affiliate, which is very, very exciting. But it also makes me feel like there's a lot of things I need to do with my stream, like stuff. Like there's so many things that like I feel like I haven't thought about a whole lot, but we'll see what I can get done. But yeah, my last I guess like requirement was streaming 7 separate days, and today is stream number 7, so I'm very excited but also very nervous. Okay, this is kind of my guide, but I'm gonna maybe try to flesh this out a little more. So we've got, this will be me over here. I think my hair was maybe just a little past shoulder length at this point. Something like that. Probably messy. Nope. That's me. I don't know if I want to have it like kind of facing a certain direction though, like maybe see this like my profile, but I kind of like the idea of like not having that. And at the time I think I was still wearing my contacts, back before my eyes gave up. I'm pulling for Ho-Ho in Honkai Star Rail tomorrow, so I'm gonna do predictions and let people get more channel points. Ooh, that sounds fun. What time are you gonna stream? I'll probably be working from home, so I think I should get the notification and be able to hop in, but that sounds fun. Yeah, I'm not sure how to check how many channel points I have right now, but yeah, I will definitely try to participate if I can. I also have a work deadline, but hopefully I get that mostly done in the morning, because I think I'm almost done with what I was working on for that. feel like I made myself look a little too short, because if the desk ends there, not that I'm particularly tall, but I don't want to look too short. Okay, let's say my shoulders here, kind of shrimp posture, but we'll just go like this. I'll put myself in a t-shirt because that's what I wear like all the time. And I'm gonna make myself typing because I always feel like it was for my whole first year, a lot of my stuff was just computer stuff. Not everything. There were definitely like a lot of engineering classes, like there's like computer stuff, but it's a lot of like hand calcs and stuff early on, like math and such. Add Psyduck too. I'll sneak in a Psyduck on every card. I'll put Psyduck right here for now. Meow. Okay, this is terrible, but we'll just pretend that looks like Psyduck. It looks like a duck of some sort. Oh gosh, that looks like a voodoo doll. That's okay. Let's see. So yeah, we got this. This is like very rough, just laying out ideas for now. Here, got those typical like college chairs. This is a total hot mess, but it'd be like that. I definitely should have put that on its own layer though, because that shape does not look right. Oh, it's probably around noon unless my brother has the day off tomorrow. I see. Sounds good. I will try to be there. Okay, got this. Kind of cushiony chairs. Well, I guess the chair's also right here. You know what? Let's redo that. It's kind of curvy on top. This is very much a trust the process kind of activity, I feel like. I'm almost feeling like I should like zoom this in a bit, like so that I don't get too much of the chair, because I don't want the focus to be like under my desk. Like if I put it more like this, because it's like my perspective. So if I go like this, and then adjust this, like the focus I think should be whatever's outside the window. Yeah. Do something like here. I didn't move the curtains, but maybe that's fine. If my brother has the day off, then I'm gonna play Nio and wait for the day when he works. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, sounds good. Well, I'll keep an eye out for it regardless. I'll turn that off for now. Yeah, but that sounds like a fun idea, doing like predictions and stuff. Okay, let's start grouping things a little bit. So we got that. Is there anything on this layer? There is not. Okay, this is me. Maybe I'll switch in a little bit. And then I'll put Kai outside the window. Maybe a little further, because he's not like right up to the window. He's just kind of walking by. Anatomy who? Whatever. It's okay. We're just seeing approximately where things are gonna go. I like the idea that he's like on the other half of the car. If I gotcha, then everyone else gotchas too. Yeah, we gamble together. Joint activity. I always forget how I like have been drawing Kai's hair so far, so I just kind of throw some shapes on there and I'm like, I'll fix it later. heard gamble. Yeah, Blanket's gonna do a stream where he enables gambling. Yeah, so he's gonna be gambling and then holding predictions in his chat, so that chat is also gambling. I feel like Kai's like me in that he also largely wears t-shirts. But I don't want to make him look too like young, if that makes sense. But I will say my sister's first impression was Kai was she thought that Kai was someone's younger sibling at the college. So hello, welcome. We're doing some very rough initial sketches, and it's gonna look real messy for quite a long time for now. Kai's the type to wear tank tops with shorts. You're not wrong, actually. Like during summers, he was definitely in more like a tank top. He had one, I think it was a Dragon Ball tank top. It was bright blue with, no, was it? I don't remember. There were 3 like somethings on the shirt, like 1, 2, 3, and they're like walking somewhere, but I don't remember. I don't know if he still has that, but yeah. Maybe I should have like kind of figured out where his arms are actually going first. Let's see. Waving with this hand or waving with the other hand? Okay, just pretend that's a decent hand. So it could go something like that. He's like, you know, walking. He's walking somewhere. Let me group these together. Forget these sleeves for now. The sleeves will come after we decide. Okay, I was gonna maybe like switch it around and see if I liked it better like waving with this hand, but I think I like the first one. I like it more like this. Except I want to make it look a little more natural and relaxed, but we'll keep tweaking it. I still remember Kai's horrible sunburn. You know what's funny is the summer before we started dating, I had a terrible sunburn. Like it was summer and I went on like a trip with my old dance group because my siblings were still dancing, and they did a, actually I might have performed that time too, but we went on a traveling like dance trip, and on that trip I got an awful sunburn, and I think I sent him a Snapchat to show him how badly burnt I was. Looked awful, but somehow I guess that won him over, and within a few months we were dating. So funny how that worked out. Sammy was a dancer. Whoa, not a good one. I wasn't a particularly good dancer, but it was definitely fun, and I met a lot of fun people, so I enjoyed it for that reason. Oh my gosh, I'm giving Kai a giant noodle arm. Okay, I don't want to look like I'm like copping out of like drawing a hand, because sometimes it's like really obvious when you do that, but the spacing is so far is looking a lot like his hand's gonna be not visible. Here, let's see. It's a good, let's see, if you're walking, maybe just like relax, like pew, pew. Okay, this looks like in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where in the alternate universe where they all have sausage fingers. That's what this is looking like. Did Kai ask you out or did you ask Kai out? I think it was more Kai, but it was definitely like, we were like, yeah, I would say Kai, but we were like talking over the summer before I guess we were like quote unquote officially dating. And then he was all like, oh, you know, do you like someone? Do you have a crush on anyone? And I already knew where this was going, but like I had never really had this kind of conversation before, so I was very sheepish and awkward about it. But Yeah, it was like the summer between our first and second year of college. So we um came back to school, and he was like, let's go, like, that first weekend after moving in before school starts. It's like, go out, see a movie or something. And yeah, from there we kind of just, went with the wind. This hand looks so awkward. Let's see, what do we do? I feel like I want to like turn it here. Let's try tweaking it with this. See, this first sketch phase is where I'm like, I'll like distort the heck out of all these. Otherwise, I don't really use like using the distortion tools too much, because it gets super pixelated the more you do. So this sketch phase, I'm like, yeah, use all the tools. The next, sometimes I'll do like another like cleaner sketch, and at that point, that's where I'm like, I'll still use the distortion tools, but I'll try to use it a lot less because I want it a little more precise. And then with the line art after that, I'm like, no using those tools, or if I do, like, I have to redraw it. And you didn't say I fell in love with this mech pilot who crashed his ship onto Sammy Planet. Something like that. I'd say he was a very charismatic guy, so I definitely feel like I fell for him quite a bit, but I'm also like, it's the kind of thing where I felt like I wasn't looking for a relationship, and then the relationship just happened, and I was like, I like this. I'm not upset that this happened. These layers are all mishmashed, but that's all right. I'm like, do I make his arms a little wider? But he was pretty skinny in college, I will say. Maybe a little bit. Let's just try to clean this up now, because I cannot get over that waving arm. Okay. This one still won't be perfect, but it'll be a little bit cleaner. Okay, so let's say like out to here. We don't want it to go too far out. Something like that. Elbows got a little nub. Tend to be pretty pointy. And I know this is going to be a struggle, so we'll make a separate layer for this hand. So Sammy, if you have a boy and girl, what would you name them? I feel like so many people have like baby names planned from when they're like really young, and I'm really not sure, because I feel like names also like popular names change so much over time that I'm like, I don't want to have like a name and get attached to it and then have it be like super super common, or have like a stigma like around it, like for example, like if I had a dream of naming a kid Karen, and then fast forward to 2025 and Karen just has like a vibe to it, like that would kind of be awful. So I try not to get super attached to names, but I feel like it is something I should think about. For me personally, they're gonna be flower themed. Ooh, that sounds really pretty. Any particular names in mind? I think I'm less likely to do flower names, only because you know how neighborhoods tend to have like themes for like the neighborhood, I guess. the neighborhood I grew up on had like a flower themed um, thing going on. So all the streets were named after flowers, and all of those flowers would make great names. But at the same time, like, I think because of that, like, now I just associate those with street names. I still think they're really pretty for people, but I don't know if I would want to name my own kids after flowers, just because in my head I'm like just thinking about like the street and thinking of people that live on that street and stuff. My aunt, actually, she used to, currently Jasmine is my favorite. So Jasmine's a great name. My cousin is named Jasmine, and she's kind of insane. So I don't think I would ever go with the name Jasmine. But I do agree, it's a very pretty name. But yeah, I completely forgot for a second that jasmine is a flower. I also know some very nice jasmines, but I think I'm a little too close to a jasmine for that. My aunt used to work in a hospital with like new parents, so she would kind of take like, she would see a lot of like newborn like baby names, right? So she was talking to one family one time, and she loves telling the story. She was like, so do you have any names in mind for your new daughter? And the couple, completely straight face, goes, I've always loved the name Chlamydia. And she's like, I'm sorry? Chlamydia? Like the sexually transmitted disease? Chlamydia? So whenever we talk about baby names, that's the story that comes up a lot. My favorite archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is plant-based, and my girlfriend hates it. Ooh. I like the names are plant-based. Sorry, I'm like very not super good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, but like, is it like plant-based names? I like the naturey like vibe, which I guess goes into like flowers too. I don't know, yeah. I wouldn't say I hate it. Like I enjoy it. Okay, so I feel like, so we got this, and he's gonna be kind of like walking-ish, but I feel like right now it almost looks like he stopped, which is fine too. I'm not liking that bottom hand, but maybe that's a good thing then, that it might be behind the curtain, but I don't know if I want it completely like, I don't know. Maybe I will scooch him this way a little bit. Or I could, maybe I'll move the curtain a little bit. Oops, not this. They're called aromas. The archetypes monsters all derive their names from various species of flowers used to produce essential oils. Ooh, that does sound really pretty. That sounds very cool. You know what else has aromas? Infinity Nikki. There's one from like the main story that somehow I've completely missed, and I need to I need to find that. But they have like plant like caves that you explore, and then you find these plants to make like essential oils from, and the aromas give you like different like abilities and stuff. I've been slacking on Nikki. I did do my dailies right before stream. Okay, one option is maybe, let me try this. see if... Maybe that's not the worst, like the fingers stretched out. Yeah, okay. And then when I draw it, you know, I won't make them completely identical, but I think that's an alright start. The pose feels a little bit stiff. I cannot figure out why. Hi, Kai Hane. Hello, Kai. How are you? This is you, but it doesn't quite feel right yet. But we're working on it. I'm wondering if I should have like your leg crossing so that like you're walking. I don't know if I like that either. I mean, it could work. Let's say it's kind of a twisting, twisting this way. I'm getting fricked on. I bet you if Kai was forced to name the kid, it's gonna be Kai Jr. and Sammy Jr. It'll be Sammy Hane and Kai Do. What are you playing Repo right now, Kai? Kai normally plays games in the dark, but recently he's been having me leave the lights on in the living room because Repo's too scary for him. Repo at 7. Ooh, that's soon. That sounds fun. This almost looks like you're sitting, but maybe I'll go like this. Or, let's see, we have this, and then maybe just like, he's stepping over, but it's, does that look like he's gonna pee though? No, I feel like this is okay. If anything, maybe just more like this. I'm trying to think what pants you used to wear. Did you wear basketball shorts more often? Repo! I still haven't like actually watched gameplay of Repo. I just have seen that people are playing Repo. If you guys stream it, I will watch. Okay, maybe alternatively, we've got this leg back, and this leg is stepping. Which I guess is kind of what I was going for earlier anyways. Oh, this is hard. You wouldn't think drawing someone walking by a window would be that difficult. And waving, you know. No, that looks weird. I'm not a streamer. You could be. Kai Hane is a streamer, kind of. It's just been a while, but... Or just stream it to Discord. I feel like he was quite thin in college. Sammy, have you been reading any books lately? I'm not gonna lie, not really. I've been drawing a lot, but I have not really read any specific books. How about you? Oh, you know what? Speaking of books, though, you know what came out today? The new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping. It's Haymitch's story, and I was waiting for that, but I forgot when the release date was until this morning when everyone's like, "Oh, you know, it's out," and I was like, "Oh shit, it's out!" And so I think I do want to read that. I do want to, because I've read all the Hunger Games books. I read all of them, but a lot of them came out when I was in middle school. So I read them all. I think at the time I had a Kindle, so I read the original trilogy on the Kindle, and then I read A Ballad of Songbird and Snakes on the Kindle app pretty recently. I didn't read that right when it came out, but before, when they announced the movie, I was like, okay, I definitely want to read it before the movie comes out. Which is funny because I rushed to like read it. I got it on the Kindle app. With a gift card for, which was like probably like 10 years old and somehow not expired, but it worked. So I got that, I read it, but then I never watched the movie, which I heard it wasn't bad, and I saw a lot of clips of it, but I never actually got around to watching a Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. But yeah, I feel like I need to continue the trend now and get Sunrise on the Reaping on the Kindle and read it on my phone again. Because as much as I read all the books, I never got the physical copies of it. Or like if I like at most I would have borrowed it from the library, but I never owned a physical copy of any of them. So at this point I'm like, I should just read it digitally too. I have 4 manga sitting on my table waiting to be read. Ooh, what manga? Yeah. So I guess the only thing on my to be read list right now would be Sunrise on the Reaping. Okay, I feel like I forgot that part of what I wanted to do was kind of match the Pokemon like style a little bit. And I feel like the way I've structured this so far, at least Kai, is a little too bubbly. Pokemon's got longer faces more than anything. I don't know if I should try to turn his torso a little bit more. And obviously it's not really facing any particular way yet, but maybe like this, and then maybe so the vision I've got is like the shoulders a little bit more hidden behind the torso. It still sticks out, but then it's kind of more like close, which would mean that this whole thing, the arms on this layer too, but we'll try to make it work. It's more like this, and then this, yeah, we'll just go like this, is more like that, and then maybe we can pull the top part of the shoulder out a teensy bit. Okay. Kind of the illusion of turning a little bit. I think, see, I need to finish volume 4 through 6 of The Summer You Were There, and then start I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day volume 1. Those sound very like very bittersweet titles. What are they about? It's like Kai, I don't think Kai would admit it, but he likes a lot of like those slice of life kind of stories and literature. Oh yeah, okay, I think this helps with the turning like vibe. It looks like a more realistic like posture too. Like, most people aren't really standing straight up when they're like walking. I mean, maybe you are, but yeah. Oh man, I should read whatchamacallit, Sunrise on the Reaping. I was so excited for it too, and I can't believe I forgot that it was coming out. My sister reminded me too. I saw it online, and then my sister texted me because she also really likes the Hunger Games. But granted, she likes the Hunger Games for different reasons. She doesn't really read them as much. She enjoys the movies because she is absolutely in love with Josh Hutcherson, among many other actors, but Josh Hutcherson is definitely up there. Like when that Josh Hutcherson like whistle edit was like trending on TikTok, she would send me every single one that she saw. So I think that year for Christmas, it was not last year, but the year before. I got her a Josh Hutcherson like blanket. Like it was just a collage of Josh Hutcherson on a blanket. And then she forgot it at home because she was away for college. She's still away for college, and she left it at home. So yeah. Okay, this torso. The more I look at it, maybe I should make it a little. Okay, I'm gonna use freeform, which I don't do often. I need to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. The summer you were there, synopsis: Shizuku Hoshikawa, a high school girl who lives avoiding contact with people, writes a novel which is accidentally read by her classmate. She loves it but finds out Hoshikawa wasn't planning to write anymore due to lack of ideas, to which she ends up saying, "Let's start going out, you and me. You can write a story about our own love." Oh, that sounds very sweet. Like a high school romance. That's nice. Oh my gosh, sorry. I feel like, I feel like I still need to sneeze, but it's not coming out. So we're just gonna sit here and try to ignore that feeling for a bit. Okay, I might try to kind of draw placeholder eyes and then flip it and see how that looks. How did I draw his eyes before? I kind of like that shape, but I don't think I had that extra eyelash. I think it was just plain like this, but that's also really high up. But I think I am gonna make it bigger, so that's fine. Yeah, I have an entire box filled with Yuri manga. I see. Cool. Eyes are like, I'm just kind of gonna throw some pupils on there for now. Oh my gosh, he looks like he's looking in different directions. Let me just, this is easier. I feel like his eyes are a little far apart here. Let me just go like this, and like this. Okay, better. Okay. My mom doesn't care about it too much. She gets me some Yuri manga on Christmas and for my birthday. Oh, interesting. Does she like know what it's about, or does she just like kind of see the titles, or like you give her some titles and then she gets it for you for Christmas? I feel like I couldn't do that with my mom. She would like, she wouldn't say anything, but she would definitely do that like silent judging thing. Or like maybe make a face or something. Yeah, I've posted a few clips of like my streams on my Instagram, like on my art Instagram, which my parents do follow, which sometimes I forget. And so far she thinks I just sit at my computer and record myself like drawing. Like, I don't think she realizes it's like a live streaming thing, and I'd like to keep it that way because the second she finds out, I know she's gonna try to watch it somehow. And I don't know if I can handle that. I love my parents' support, but sometimes it just makes me a little bit nervous. Like, they don't need to see what I'm doing here. Not that I'm doing anything like bad, but it feels different knowing that your parents are watching you when you're on Twitch. She asked for Amazon list and she gets them. I see. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. My last birthday, my mom got me all 10 volumes of Futaribeya, A Room for Two. I see. That's pretty cool of her. That's what my mom does for my sister at this point, because my sisters are really into like makeup and hair stuff, and so it gets to a point where she's like, I don't really know what kind of specific stuff you want, so just send me a list and I'll get you something from it. Although most recently it's been more like my sister, so she has like my parents' credit card and she'll just use it for whatever. And so it'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go on a big old vacation. Mom's like, cool, that counts as your birthday present then, because at the end of the day, my parents are still paying for it. Okay, that face is really high up, actually. Maybe I'll do more like a mouth open. Although I don't... See, as a stranger, Kai did a very polite smile, but he has this thing. He doesn't smile with his teeth normally. Unless it's like he's like legitimately laughing at something. But it was definitely a very friendly smile. So it was a no teeth smile, but a very friendly one. Okay, this looks kind of... Well, I think this was kind of the vibe. I'm gonna make sure he gets a nose. Okay, let's just do a quick like hair outline. We'll probably fix it, but just to see if everything else proportionally makes sense. Like already off the bat, I feel like his hair is a little flat over here. You look very young. He's a young fella. For my birthday, I'm gonna ask for Death Stranding 2 because it's coming up very close to my birthday. Oh, how exciting! Kai's birthday tends to land relatively close to when Pokemon games come out, so that's usually a fun, or like an easy birthday gift. Except there was one year, was it maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember what game came out then, but we were like, oh, are we doing the same thing, you know, get you the Pokemon games for your birthday? He's like, yeah, but then he agreed to his friend to let him get it for his birthday and then didn't tell me, so I almost got him a gift that he already had. Which, like, to be fair, as a significant other, I should be getting him something more thoughtful, but, like, typically Pokemon's something we do together anyways. What did I do for his birthday that year? I can't remember now. I didn't agree, they didn't ask. I can't remember. I just remember you were very excited about it, and you told me all excited, and I was like, hold up. But that's okay. I should be doing more thoughtful gifts anyways. Okay, this hand also looks really small, but before I do that, let me... Okay, see, now I'm flipping it and I'm seeing like his head does look kind of forward. So let me put all these in one group. This side of his hair also looks a little bit flat, so let's pull this out. And then we're gonna switch this whole thing. I almost feel like maybe it's not necessarily that, but more like he does need to be a little more upright. I think that back arm also looks a little bit awkward. Let's do that. I think I will make this handle a little bit bigger. Boop. Did you know that if your hand is bigger than your face, it's a sign of low intelligence? Good thing I draw big ass heads. Okay, I feel like I made his cheek a little too puffy too. Like if we are going for like a Pokemon style, we gotta have like a pointy chin and maybe bring this down a bit. I'll bring his eyes down a tad bit as well. You know what would help? Maybe if I rotate it, because his head is intended to be a little bit tilted. I think so. Let's say the center line of his face goes like this. Say that makes sense. If anything, maybe this part could come out a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of people suggesting like drawing the face less with circles and more with planes, which I think would be helpful, but I never know how to execute that well. Okay, this hair is giving fuckboy and it does not really look like... Yeah, it's not that bad. We'll keep it. Can we keep them? Yeah, we'll keep it like this. Maybe his upper arm is a little bit long though, which is exactly what I said might happen. My girlfriend's birthday last year, I spent a lot of time making her chibi. I commissioned of her into a Minecraft pixel art. Oh, that's so cute. I like that. That is very cute. Very wholesome. And like, I feel like stuff like that has like a nice personal touch. That's always nice. Should I maybe raise that arm a little bit? Okay, I think maybe let me just throw this on its own layer. And we'll consider going like this. And then from here, we can go more like... And yeah, okay. Okay, we're cooking a bit. I think this can come down a little bit. And I think what I want to do here is put these fingers kind of like together. Dude, I spent 2 weeks on it. It was a pain just getting the colors correct. Oh, I imagine. I can imagine. As long as you were happy with the end product though, like it's always like the things that take the longest that like you're very satisfied with at the end. Then again, sometimes you can spend a lot of time on something and still kind of like not be super happy with it, but I hope it worked out. It sounds like it did. It sounds like it came out pretty well. Okay. It's coming together. I wonder if I should make them like bigger in general. Okay, this is high here. Like that, yeah, and then the waving is happening at the middle of the page. Maybe I'll scooch myself over a little bit. Maybe make them a little bit smaller. What's happening at the bottom? Oh, I see. That was like where like information and stuff happens. After I made it, I made a quick escape room in Minecraft so that she had to do some work before she gets to see it. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Like a little scavenger hunt kind of thing. It's like early on when Kai and I were dating, he has a tendency to try to look for his gifts and stuff. Like I would get him a present, but if I got it too far in advance, I would have to hide it somewhere. And because we were like pretty much living together, well, okay, I guess this wasn't that early in our dating, but after we moved in together, it was really hard to hide presents from him. So I'd have to like put it like in a suitcase in a closet or something. I put like decoy presents under the bed and whatever in case he was snooping. Um, so then when his actual like birthday or whatever came around, I would have him look for it. I would give him some hints, and then I would give him permission to rummage around and look for his present. Good times. It's created a pretty bad habit for me though, where like I get his gifts really late, like really last minute, and then I struggle a bit. Okay, I might start sketching out a little bit of what's outside the window. So outside the window, you can kind of see in this picture a little bit, is a railing. And it overlooks some buildings and some trees. And this is on-campus living, because all the freshmen were required to live on campus. And so beyond that, you could see one of the science buildings and a street and stuff. But I don't think we're going to show all of that. I think we'll show the trees, because that's kind of what's immediately here. And I don't think you can really see past that anyways. Got this railing. Did find a picture I found one time, because I used to get ride shares back home for like breaks, for like spring break or like winter break or whatever. And I was sitting there waiting for my ride, and I was just dangling my feet off the edge because I was on the second floor. But yeah, hi Toop. The present is a treasure hunt. True. Yeah, I had to make him work for it. Just for stressing me out, because I had to hide his gift. Nice desk. Hey, Toop. Hey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice desk. Thank you. This was like probably the cleanest it looks. Most of the time I would have my laptop here and have like paper scattered all over the place. Although I feel like it wasn't the worst. Like I had it relatively like neat, because we had so many people hanging out in our room all the time. Let's see some photos. You can see my face there. Wow, so detailed. That wasn't even intentional. One of my roommates really liked collecting plants, so we've got a bunch of plants there. There's also some laundry over there. This was the one mug I owned. It's all you really need, like your first year of college. Like, don't need too many dishes. A lot of dining hall food and stuff, so yeah. Let's see. There's also like this big old like thing in the middle on the window, but I don't think I'm gonna draw that because that kind of just gets in the way. I'll put like that middle part of the railing here. Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah. I forgot this is all in one layer. I can just go like that. Yeah, and then beyond that, we got like trees and stuff. Maybe I'll try painting that, like, or like not like traditional, like physically painting, but like digitally painting it. We'll see how it goes. Trees and such. Can you see more of the view? Nah. It's pretty much like that. I think you could kind of see like a mountain back here. Maybe the sun. Smiling sun. Okay, that'll be the vibe. Okay. Let me clean up this Sammy sketch a little bit, and then now I'm looking at Kai's shoulder again. Oh, not that one. Maybe I should like round this out a little more. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Got my messy hair floopies. Yeah, my hair be sticking up. That's the reason I draw these here. As much as it comes off as cute, in real life it looks like I'm communicating with aliens. Kai butt should be a little bigger. Always. You're not the first person to say that, and you're definitely not going to be the last. Here, I'll pull it out a little bit. Boop, boop. Big booty Kai. Yeah, messy hair. This is before I went back to wearing glasses regularly, because I used to wear contacts like all the time, and then starting around, honestly, probably more like my senior year of high school, I started having trouble, like my eyes would get dry really easily throughout the day, so I started having a little more trouble wearing contacts on a day-to-day basis. And it wasn't until I still tried to put up with it, but it wasn't until like my second year of college that I finally was like, okay, you know what, I've had enough. And I went back to wearing glasses full time. But yeah, my eyesight is pretty atrocious, so it was either glasses or contacts. I couldn't just go without either. High school was kind of rough though, because like I would be like partway into class, like my first period of class, and then my eye would get super dry or irritated, and then one of my contacts would fall out, and then I would have to like operate with one eye all day, because I didn't used to bring my glasses around because they were a backup, but like I had never needed to have a backup until then. That, and then at that point I was a little bit self-conscious about wearing glasses out of the blue. So a lot of times I would just kind of like try to get through the day with one eye. But yeah, not fun. Okay, I also feel like I did a similar thing where I made my cheeks a little too puffy here, but just leave it like that. Maybe I'll put an ear here. I almost feel like I should just have it completely like just the back of my head, like not show any of my face. Yeah, so the idea is to have one card from my perspective from here, and then another card where it's Kai's perspective. So it's the back of Kai's head from outside the window, and I'm looking at him like over my laptop and whatever. But yeah, this we'll make a dent in this. Some knuckles here. This is back before I had a jade on this hand, so this hand is pretty naked right now. Oh, that was pretty good. I didn't expect that to come out like that. Alright, I should put a thumb too, may as well. And no, I don't like the thumb. Unless I put it lower. Maybe. Am I cooking? I'll skip the thumb. Okay, I've got that. Chair. It's kind of tangent with the table, but it's broken up with like my torso, so I think that's fine. Maybe go like that. Where's the table? The table is down here. Let's just erase this part. Oh wow, we're over an hour in. Should I change the BGM? Let's see. Maybe we'll switch to this. Well, we'll let it play for a little bit. We'll play through this one time. I'm also gonna turn the light on. It got pretty dark. What's this? Oh, that's my face. I guess my legs would be like this. And my chair would be like here. Probably wearing jeans. Any plans for this weekend? Lots of touching grass this weekend, actually. We're going to visit some of Kai's family this weekend, actually. His family's not too far, but they are farther than mine. Like, I wouldn't consider them particularly local, so we're gonna go visit them this weekend on Saturday, and then on Sunday we have a picnic with a whole bunch of friends, which started out as like kind of casual plans, and then it grew into like a bigger thing, so there's gonna be a lot of people. To the point where like you would think we were like celebrating something, but no particular occasion as far as I know. Like, we're just hanging out, so yeah, that'll be fun. And it's also one of those things where like it was like our friends inviting their friends, and then they're inviting their friends, and then like suddenly it's like, oh, I know some of these people from high school. Like, we're not particularly close friends, but like it's kind of a lot of like small world moments, you know. Do you have any plans this weekend, Blanket? Or anyone, I guess? Let's see. Let's do the laptop. What should I put on my laptop screen? I feel like that's something. That, and I'm gonna have to start putting stuff on my desk. But one thing at a time. Those are all details we can get to gradually. This is one of those things where I'm like, I definitely know what a laptop looks like, and then I'm trying to draw it, and I'm like, what the heck does this look like? Like, I definitely made that too thick, but that's fine. We'll fix it after. We just need the general shape of a laptop on here. Is that parallel? It is. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty parallel. Yeah, I had a Mac my first year, which, not gonna lie, as an engineering major, not the best. Like, it's definitely workable, but it's definitely not ideal for a lot of the like software that was being used. Like, I think Macs are good for if you're doing like creative stuff, like a lot of like Adobe Suite related stuff, which I was doing as a hobby. So it's not like it was totally bad that I had a Mac, but a lot of like my CAD stuff was not running particularly well on my MacBook. which is okay. Every computer has its strengths and weaknesses, and that's how you learn. I feel like this needs like a hinge kind of thing. Thanks, Sarybot. And them follow bots are so real. My favorite plan is bugging girlfriend nonstop. That's fair. That's always fun. Oh, I missed your chat. My plan's probably to finish my books that have been sitting on my table for way too long so I can read something else. That's fair, yeah. I definitely have a bunch of books that like haven't been read yet that are just sitting on our bookshelf. Like I know I mentioned before, but I had started Wicked a while ago and I still haven't finished reading it. I would like to, but has not happened yet, but that's another thing on my TBR. Kai's sister's like really into reading, so she powers through books so quickly. I'm like, man, I don't think, even if I tried to read that fast, I don't think anything would be retained. Is the problem. like I feel like my attention span does not carry me through an entire book. Like even if I spend 8 hours trying to read, like maybe only the first 2 of that is gonna be in my brain. Okay, how many rows are in a keyboard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, oh yeah, that's no, that's okay. So that means, let's say there's like this middle line. Then we got here, here. It's not necessarily the number of rows that was on my keyboard at the time, but as long as it's an acceptable number of lines on a keyboard, it should be good, right? I could just go like this and then just extend it. I mean, we're only in the sketching phase anyways. Let's erase that. We'll check for accuracy later. Like that. Got a few keys here. And the space bar starts somewhere over here. Okay, that's fine. Let me just erase all of these. Okay, yeah, we'll fill in the keys later. But that's generally what a laptop looks like. You should put Kai on your computer screen. Then it looks creepy though. Then it looks like I'm taking a picture of him like on my laptop. Unless I put like Kai Hane, the mech pilot here with his like braid. I'm watching you in the future. I'm watching VTubers back in the early 20, no, not early 20. When was it? Mid 2010s. I'm ahead of my time. I could put like school stuff, but I don't know. Or like Facebook or something. Let's see. Okay, good start, good start. This feels so naked, like without glasses. You know what I think I should put is like some kind of like eyelashes or something. It's not like I wear makeup or anything, but some kind of indicator that there's eyeballs here. You know, maybe I will just do it as an eyelash. Oh, shouldn't put anything there. I think I'm overthinking it, which is something I'm good at. I totally forgot I was going to change the BGM. Let's just do this one. Ready? Yeah. We'll change it up a little bit. The same music for several hours probably gets a little boring. You know what song's been stuck in my head? What's that Vocaloid song? It's Kukurarin or something. I have like 5 different covers of that on my like YouTube playlist because I don't know, it's just been in my head. Erase part of the curtain too. Good start. Let me also, oops. I think maybe I need to move myself in a little bit. I should name these, but I'll name them later. Ooh, hang on, I forgot my laptop. This kind of sort of appears there. With the thicker line art, it'll probably appear. Although if I do end up just painting that, then maybe it won't, but that makes me feel like, oops. Okay. I meant to put that on loop, but that's okay. We'll loop this one. I like this one. It's like slightly upbeat, but not like too exciting upbeat. I wouldn't mind like upbeat BGM, but I think the chill vibes are nice. Okay, it's coming along. Okay, let's start putting random stuff on my desk. I will label these though. So this is Sammy. This one is Kai. I'll just say desk curtain. I'll put these. I'll just group them together. Most likely this will all get merged down anyways, but background. Okay, and then we'll just put stuff on top of the desk. Oh, I forgot about that lamp. It's one of those like touch lamps. Okay, what do I want to draw first though? Definitely homework stuff, but I think I also want to have my mug here. I was weirdly attached to that mug. It was a simple mug from like Target or something, but it's the only one I used. It's the only one I used throughout college, so. Let me be a little more precise with this. It was a very cylindrical cup. Normally I feel like mugs like taper at the bottom, but this one was pretty straight. and microwavable too, so I could like make hot chocolate and like those instant like milk tea packets. I really want to play Project Sekai on stream, but I can't figure out how to get like my phone and stuff onto like OBS without like the audio delay, because that's kind of important for rhythm games. But that's like the problem with like it being a mobile rhythm game. I'll put something in the cup. Well, let's get the rim first, and then we'll put something in the cup. Whatever. We'll decide what that is later. It had pretty intricate patterns. If anything, though, I might just put like little like. Well, we'll decorate it later. Let's not worry about that yet. I do almost feel like this bottom part's a little bit too pointy. Okay, that works. There's my mug. I think it's a little tall, actually. Mug. A desk fan that I never used. I think I went through all of college, never used that fan once. It did get kind of warm sometimes, but like on really hot, like on hot days, I feel like we were able to just like open the door and just get a nice breeze in. Draw my notebooks. My notebooks were definitely always out, even if I wasn't actively using them. I don't want them super parallel to the desk, like that's like unrealistic. Spiral action. We'll make it more precise when we do the actual line art. Could go like this actually. Yeah, that's just generally what it looked like. Yeah, we'll make that more precise later. That's a notebook shape. I only have a table fan for the summer. Yeah. Nowadays, like, it gets hot, but like, what did we do last summer? Oh, we have an AC in our apartment now, so we kind of just run that, but we try not to run it too much. Did we have a fan at our last apartment? No, I think we also had an AC. It just wasn't like central like AC. It was just its own unit. Yeah. Electricity bill go burr though. Okay, we'll just kind of do this. I did tend to stack them pretty neatly, but I'll offset this a little bit just so it doesn't look too crazy or like too perfect, because I feel like if it looks too perfect then it looks wrong. Like, yes, I did like lining things up relatively parallel. Well, it's not even that parallel in this picture, but like in art, I feel like it looks kind of funky sometimes. Notebook. I would draw flashcards, but I don't feel like I use flashcards all that much. Like, just here and there. Don't pay the bill. If I don't pay the bill, then they don't do the service, and then if they don't do the service, then it gets too hot in the summer. Yeah, I kind of don't want to not pay the bill. But whose bill and why are we paying them? Oh. No, 2 notebooks is good enough. Maybe I'll draw a piece of paper sticking out. That was definitely something I was bad about, was like leaving worksheets and stuff in my notebooks. Did I have this one labeled? Is that even my notebook? No, that is my notebook. I thought I used to have my notebooks labeled, but I think my second year was when I started like decorating my notebook covers. Started and stopped because I don't think I really did that after. After that, I started running out of time to be able to do stuff like that. I'm gonna do something like Civil Engineering 101. Oh, what class did we have in common? Kai and I had a class in common, except he was in the section after me. I don't remember what it was. Math 3 something. I think that would be cool to put on here because we were both in that class and I was like the only reason Kai did homework. Was it 3 something? Maybe it was like 2 something. Math something. I might, yeah, maybe I'll look into what that unit number was and put it on here. I think that would be cool. A cool little... Hey, you know it was true. You told me that yourself. You came in to like compare answers and then you stopped doing that because you stopped doing the homework. Do you remember what class that was? Like, I highly doubt it. It was a sport class from first year, but I think I'll put that on this notebook. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, you know what? I think I did have a picture of my schedule from first year. Let me see if I can find it on my phone really quick. I'm gonna do some research. What should I look up? Well, if I look up schedule, I probably have a screenshot of it. I like that iPhones now you can, whatchamacallit, you can look stuff up by text now. Okay, schedule. This was, well, that was 4th year. I'm trying for 1st year. Schedule. And I go way back here. Let me go down to the bottom. Okay, got some high school stuff. Oh, here's pictures from that class, but it's not... Oh, let's see. Math. Oh, is this it? 2016. 334? Was that right? Oh no, this, okay, hold on. This was when I was signing up for classes. Ooh, actually here, my flow chart, that's even better. Okay, Calc 1 was 141, Calc 2 was 142, Calc 3 was 143. Which I believe was what we started with, right? 143? That does sound familiar. Math 1... Let's see, Calc 3, yeah, Calc 3, Calc 4, and then linear analysis was the 3 maths that I took 4th year. Okay, so math 143. That's so perfect. 143. Do you guys know 143? I love you. Like, I'm not even making that up. That was like the first class we had together. It was math 143. And now we're getting married. That's crazy. Sheesh, I can't even name all my classes from senior year of high school. That's fair. I literally only know this because I screenshotted everything. Like, all my schedule stuff exists somewhere on my phone because I'm a paranoid person, so I liked having it somewhere where I could just pull it up and then, like, yeah. But like, once you see it, I feel like you remember. Senior year of high school. Well, I know one of your classes from senior year of high school because we had that together. wow, people are gonna look at this and think that I did this for like the I love you joke, but that's literally the first class we had in common. Wow. Isn't that so crazy how the universe works? What else should I put on my desk? This isn't a great picture because there's not a whole lot of stuff on my desk to begin with. But let's see. Pile of papers. Oh, so there's a plastic container back here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a plastic container, and I used it to store a whole bunch of stuff like highlighters and stuff. And like that container was literally like a food container from the dining hall. Like it had grapes and cheese in it, and I just rinsed it out and used it as storage. Can you draw Kai to have childbearing hips? See, this was early on when his hips looked slightly less childbearing. He was kind of a scrawny dude at this point. Not like too scrawny, but like his lovely lady chips. One of the ways he flirted, I call it flirting. I don't know if he would consider it flirting. Was he showed up at my dorm with spicy chips and a like gallon of milk from the like campus store, and was like, "Here, eat these. We're gonna eat spicy chips together." And my spice tolerance at the time was like non-existent, so I'm gonna merge these. It's fine because I feel like, oh, I didn't put the math 143 on there, but that's fine. Maybe the perspective was fine before, but whatever. What are you yapping about? How much I love you. Hehehe. Nothing weird at all, I swear. Is he getting murdered right now? I'm not sure. I hear him, but I don't know. I'm gonna assume he's dying in it's 7:40. He's probably playing repo right now, so he might be dying. I think he's struggling. Let's see. We've got that little photo thing. There's like a little Mickey Mouse like photo clip thing. I don't even know where it came from. I think my parents just had it lying around somewhere, so I took it with me to school. So maybe I'll put that here. Photos of friends and such who don't really talk anymore, but that's okay. Life happens. People drift apart. Oh, Mickey Mouse. There's a picture of me and like my siblings and my cousins at the front too. I don't know how detailed I want to make that though. Like if anything, I'll just kind of have little figures on it. Little blobs of people. I imagine this is how he sounds in the bathroom. Yeah, probably. I say probably, but I know what he's... Yeah. He actually uses the bathroom really fast. He prides himself in having trained himself to use the bathroom quickly when he was in like, middle school or something, because he would use the bathroom between league games or like after he died or something like that. I don't know. So now he uses the bathroom quite quickly when he wants to. Okay, I've got that. I've got me and my siblings. I think one of my cousins was in that picture. I'll look closer at it later. I'm sure I can find that picture. Yeah, I think it was at Disneyland too, that picture. So there was a Ferris wheel, the Mickey Mouse Ferris wheel, the California Screamin', which is now the Incredicoaster. Trained himself. Look how puppy coated he is.
Y'all motherfuckers really just be yapping in front of my face.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Do.
Hey, you should bark in my chat, see what happens. I hope it works. That's really awkward if it doesn't, but... No, I mean in chat.
Oh.
That invitation's open to anyone, but I think Kai's most likely to do it. Bork, bork. Oh my gosh, I forgot about your emotes. I made your emotes and I forgot about your emotes. Why do I keep doing that? Bork, bork. Oh man, it didn't. Oh no, it did work. It did work. It works. I set it so both bark and woof trigger the message. So, yeah. Good boy. I'm open to suggestions for auto responses. I was playing with Mix It Up because yeah, I like the stuff you can do with Mix It Up, and I was watching a tutorial and I ended up just using that as my tutorial, like, follow along. So when y'all drawing Psyduck, I know! This guy, you're this guy! I'ma pour honey on you soon. No, when are we drawing Psyduck? What if I just set a date and then you either show up or you don't? How about this Friday? Let's draw Psyduck this Friday. Oh, but then I have plans Saturday. Friday? Do you want to do Friday? Really? For real? Are we doing Friday? Because I'm down. Me and my friendos. None of us talk anymore, but that's okay. We had a good run. We had good times in high school. People drift apart. That is okay. This is a nice picture of us. Friday's too soon? What do you mean too soon? This Saturday, let's come up with the day. You say that, but if I ask you to your face, you're gonna ignore me again. And then I don't think I can handle that rejection anymore. Stop, this is making me so sad. I'm sorry. Life happens. It's okay. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it... Right? Smile because it happened. Yeah, that's the quote. About the friends, not the Psyduck. I hope we stay friends forever. Nothing to smile about in this life. I'm smiling right now. My PNG is stuck in a permanent smile. Actually, there's a couple frames that technically aren't really smiling. See if you can screenshot and catch me not smiling. Sammy, don't smile challenge impossible. Sammy left me on red but didn't respond back in the Snapchat days. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely feel like I'm bad at responding to Discord messages more than anything. Because I'm not always on my computer. I use my phone more than anything. Even when I'm watching Twitch, most of the time I'm watching on my phone. But then my phone doesn't always give me Discord notifications, so then I end up leaving people unresponded to for way longer than I intend to, and then I feel bad. Okay, I'm just gonna merge all these. Draw me in a Psyduck costume. Yeah, I have a vision in my head already of how I want to draw you in the Psyduck costume. I just need to wait for Vanilla Mochi to be ready. If someone was in crucial need of help and tried to contact me on anything other than real text or call, it's GG for them. Fair enough. Crucial. I think that's right. Crucial. C-R-U-C-I. That looks right. How I spell that word. Yeah. I think that's right. Okay, so we're busy Saturday, Sunday. Friday's too soon. How about next Monday then? I feel like this should be further this way though. Like, I could put it on that side, but like it's covered, so I think here is the best place. There's a random... I hear Kai yelling, but I also feel like I hear Cassie getting to something. But that's okay. I think she's fine. There's this telephone in the dorms. No one used those things. We got a call from it once, but I can't remember who it was or what it was from. But like, because it's never used, like my roommates and I just looked at each other and we were like, should we answer it? And I don't think we answered it. Because like, if it's like the like housing or whatever, they have our cell phone numbers. Like, that would make more sense to contact us with, in my opinion. Like, in this day and age, no one's really using the landline, at least not in a dorm. In a hotel, maybe that would make sense, like getting room service and stuff, but I don't know. Less so in a dorm in at the time, like 2016, 2017, 18. But yeah, let's see. I kind of want to put it like this, but then like I don't want it to look like Kai's holding it. But like I feel like if I make it soft enough back there, it'll be fine. I think that's fine actually. I think I can make that work. Hold on. It's overlapping. There's also the curtain there, so it does kind of break it up. I worry about tangents and stuff. I think that's fine. Yeah. We're cooking. We're cooking. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, there's all these like seashells and stuff. So the school I went to was pretty close to a lot of nice beaches, and my roommate, actually I did this too, but we collected a bunch of like seashells and stuff from the beach early on and just kind of left them by the window. I forgot there's that ledge right there, but I think I might skip drawing that here just for simplicity. I might put some of the seashells on it though. Some little like shells. Maybe just a few. Some of them are like this. Should I just put some random papers around? Yeah, because now that kind of, I don't think I like the shells there actually. I should put engineering paper, but off the top of my head, I can't think of the format of engineering paper, so let's put some binder paper. I am going to cut it off here, in case you're wondering why I'm not drawing the lines all the way. Yeah, I think my early years of college, I was still using mostly binder paper anyway, so this is lore accurate. I should probably have a little bit of engineering paper around, maybe underneath. What does engineering paper look like? I do everything on a computer now. Like, they really, in school, they definitely make it seem like you're going to use engineering paper a lot more than you will. And that's coming from a civil engineer. Like, I would be the most likely person. Well, between civils and construction managers, like we're kind of the most likely people to be using engineering paper day to day, I feel like. I don't know, that might not be true actually. I could see I feel like mechanical engineers have their own like special kind of paper though. I don't know. Engineering paper be expensive. Like I ended up getting like, instead of using regular notebooks because we had so much engineering paper stuff, like I just got a whole bunch of like those reusable like binder notebooks. Like it's like a soft binder, but then like, what do you call it? Sorry, I'm like focus. Oh, it's just a grid. Okay, that's simple enough. Okay, I'll get the idea. But it was like those reusable notebooks where it's like a soft cover binder basically, and like the rings are soft, and you just fill it with whatever papers, which worked because I had a big old combination of like binder paper and engineering paper. So sorry, focused. So yeah, I didn't have to worry about like getting like a full engineering paper notebook or a full binder paper notebook. I could just fill it with whatever I needed and however much of it I needed. And it also prevented so much more paper waste because like with notebooks, if I didn't finish a notebook, it's just a bunch of empty pages now. And I don't want to like commit to putting a whole separate category in it. Sammy, do so happy to catch a stream. Sending good vibes. Keep crushing it. Thank you, Kitten Cog. I recognize you from Twitter. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, just doodling and yapping. Well, I say doodling, but we're kind of working on a sort of project for upcoming wedding stuff. So exciting kind of project, but still in the early like scratchy phases of it. Pro yapper, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just kind of sit here and get lost in my own brain. Twitter friends, looking cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of trading cards. We're planning on doing like a trading card kind of thing when we get married. So as like part of the wedding favors, we'll have like a little trading card pack. So this is kind of my perspective of like my first impression of my partner, and then I'm gonna do another one from his perspective, which actually I did ask him to sketch out, so I do have that. So I think that'll be a fun one to do, but that'll probably happen later. But yeah, let's see. I don't want to overcrowd the desk, but I also feel like right now it looks like there's just a whole bunch of disjointed stuff. I think maybe I'll put this sort of overlapping with the cup. Could even rotate it more, go like that. Like this. You know what I should put? Pencils and pens and stuff. Hold on, if I turn it, then I think the perspective is a little bit different. Maybe something more like that? Sure. Okay, I think if I go like this, it might be easier. Okay, I like that more. Every good friend group got the yapper, and last but not least, the yapper. True. My kind of peeps, yeah. I feel like I swing between like yapping a lot and just like sitting in silence and just witnessing things happening around me. Like my social battery fluctuates so much. My junior year of high school, we went from paper to pencil to laptops. Yeah. Or paper and pencil to laptops, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we were kind of like the tail end of like everything on paper, where we had a lot of like computer time and like, okay, I won't say everything on paper, but at least like most of the in-class stuff on paper, unless we like make a class trip to the media center or whatever. Like it was kind of like the beginning of using Chromebooks. Like I only had a pretty small handful of classes that use Chromebooks. I'm not counting yearbook because obviously yearbook has to be done on a computer. You know, a lot more digital stuff in yearbook, but like we had smart boards in our school. I personally was never in a class that used one though. let's see. I remember texting on a flip phone to my friends in class. I felt so fancy because instead of a flip phone, I didn't get my first iPhone till like partway into high school. But my first phone, it wasn't necessarily a flip phone. It was like a sliding phone. It wasn't a smartphone, but it was the ones where you slide it up and there's a keyboard on it. So that made me feel so fancy. So I wouldn't like, it was kind of technically like, you could categorize it as a flip phone, but I don't know. I call it a sliding phone because it doesn't flip.
I just assaulted the toilet. I should be arrested.
Oh, Kai just came in to tell me that he assaulted the toilet, which is really unfortunate because I was actually about to go pee, but maybe I'll wait a little bit. That was some poor timing. The phone charms were everything. Oh my gosh, yeah. I thought I would get a lot more into phone charms than I did, and I did have a few, but my cousins collected. I don't know if you remember, there were those like Winnie the Pooh phone charms where it was like a little squishy Winnie the Pooh, and they were like, it was always dressed in something. So he would be like dressed as like a bumblebee or dressed as, I don't know, I'm only thinking of the Bumblebee one right now, but like he had a whole bunch of little outfits and they were like little collectibles. And my cousins had so many of those on their phone. Yes, oh my god, yes. Yeah, I loved those things. And so I always thought I would like collect a whole bunch of those and put them on my phone and stuff. But when I actually got one, I think I had like, what was it? I had like a little Tinkerbell charm that I put on it, but that was all I put. That and like a homemade like little like bead chain. It was just a few like red beads, but I just really like the colors and stuff. So I just put that on my phone and then called it good. My lanyard has my keychains. Oh yeah, I always like getting keychains, but then I like can only fit so many keychains on my actual keys. And so I'm like, what do I what else do I do with them, you know? Yeah, like I got this shaker keychain from a friend of mine. Oh, my Procreate's freezing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. What was it? Yeah, so one of my art friends was selling shaker keychains. It was like a little Studio Ghibli inspired thing with like the soot sprites, and it was like soot sprites in like a vending machine. So they let you like shake it and the little acrylic pieces move around. Except I don't know how, but like when I moved one of the first times like after college, it got stuck. Like all the pieces got jammed perfectly, like wedged into the corner. And to this day, I have not been able to get it out. And I'm like, I don't want to like break it to get it out. But like no matter how hard I shake it, like it's wedged in there perfectly. Like so like this is the corner of the keychain. And somehow like there's this acrylic piece here, a little piece here, and a little piece here. Or like something like that. And it's just in there, like, you know, I'll draw a little force diagram, a little engineer in me, and it's all stuck in there. Like I can't shake. There's no amount of shaking has gotten it out, and it's been at this point probably like 4 or 5 years since I bought that thing. But yeah, it's just forever unshakable now, which is okay. It happens. It's still very cute. It's in a little box under my bed, along with a lot of other trinkets that are kind of in limbo because I don't really know what to do with them. My lanyard has too many keychains. How many you got on there right now? I think right now mine... Actually, I had one on there, and I think I might have taken it off because the chain broke. So I actually don't think I have a lot of keychains laying around, but I don't think any of them are actually on my keys now that I think about it. On my... I have a separate, like, card, like, for my work keys and stuff, because it's, like, key cards. So I have that, and then, like, my train card on a separate, like, clipped keychain. And that has a keychain. So for those who don't know, I've oh my gosh, what's that? Oh, Mothwing Beat. Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh, hello, hello. Hi, Mothwing and friends. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, I'm Sammy. Welcome, Raiders. Hope everyone's doing okay, having a nice evening or day wherever you are. Hi, hi. Yeah, I'm just drawing right now. I've got this fun project, kind of a personal project going right now where I'm drawing trading cards for my wedding because I'm getting married in September. And so my fiance and I had this idea to do trading cards for our wedding. So I'm kind of drawing cute moments between like me and my partner. So cute, thank you. It's such a thank you guys. Yeah, so yeah, we're kind of in the early, like, kind of messy, sketchy parts of this one, but it's coming along. I've got my college desk here. Thank you. Oh, who is that? Vulture guys. Thank you for the follow. Oh, and Rainbird, thank you for following. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, welcome to stream. If you need to raid and then dip and, you know, rest up, feel free. Don't feel pressured to stick around, but feel free to hang out. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling right now. I'm filling up my desk with things. So, yeah, I met my partner in college, so this is kind of one of the only pictures I have of my desk. So I'm just kind of putting a bunch of junk on it. Yeah. I've got 7 keychains, but 3 of them are big. Ooh, that's cool. Cute style, thank you. I'm trying to go somewhere between like Pokemon style, but like also kind of make it look like my own art, if that makes sense. Um, Here, I'll show you one that is a little more complete. I was working on it last time, but let's see. So I have this one. I definitely wanted to still tweak the colors, but this is one that I worked on last time. I was kind of struggling with the shadows, so I may still come back and like fix this up a little bit. But yeah, so me and my partner, yeah. I kind of want to do one like this and then one like flip flop where he's like facing forward and I'm looking over my shoulder. I'll be lurking while I self care, yeah. Yeah, you were here when I was working on this last time. But yeah, feel free to go take care of yourself if needed. And yeah, thank you so much again for the raid. But yeah, we're kind of doing something similar. So this is kind of my perspective of like, not necessarily our first like meeting, but like kind of my first impression. So he used to hang out a lot next door. To like with one of my neighbors. So he would walk by my window all the time and my desk was like right here facing the window. So yeah, this was kind of like at the time I just kind of saw him as like a quiet guy who would always be really friendly and wave through the window. So I want to do a card like this and then also another one from his perspective. So like kind of the same scene, but like I'm back here, or like it's like the back of his head and then you see me through the window. Yeah. Right now I was adding this little pun jar because this was sometime after Christmas and my roommates know that I'm really into like corny dad jokes and stuff, so they made me a jar full of like handwritten puns and jokes that they found on the internet, which was really thoughtful and really funny. So yeah, just kind of in the phase of like doing all the little trinkets and such. It's kind of a mess of paper. Actually, I should also put the label on here that says pun jar. Oh, there's something to add. There's something to add in. Keyblade keychains are such a good idea. Yeah, one of my coworkers has a Keyblade keychain. He has a lot of like fandom like stuff on his like keys and stuff. I remember like when I first started this job, he like randomly told me one day like he was like, I was asking how his weekend was. He was like, it was pretty good. I got a tattoo spontaneously, just cause I felt like it. I walked into this tattoo parlor and was just in the mood to get a tattoo, and I was like, oh, what'd you get? He was like, oh, it was a Sonic tattoo. I didn't ask him where it was, but I was very surprised. Oh, that's what I should get for my mess of keys. Yeah, we were talking about like all our like keychains and stuff, and I have a lot of keychains, but most of them are not on my keys because I feel like it gets too bulky and heavy, and then like it gets caught on things and stuff. But I realized as we were talking about that I don't actually have a keychain on my keys right now because my last one broke, and I have lots to choose from, but I just haven't put any of them on there. So I should do that, I think. The Keyblade keychains hit each other so much, I avoid carrying my lanyard. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it getting like caught on things and stuff. I don't know what this said underneath. I'm sure I have this jar somewhere. It might be at my parents' house or something. I know I didn't throw it away, but I kind of want to dig it up and see what's in there. I don't know if I ever got around to like reading every single pun in this jar. I've lost many a convention at conventions, bought keychain due to my keys being too bulky. Yeah, that's what I always worry about. Also, because I take the train to work a lot, so I worry that like it'll get lost or like someone will steal it. Because I don't know, I work in a not so great neighborhood, and luckily most of the time I get to work from home, so I don't have to go into the office most of the time. But on days that I do, and like I have my keys on me, I guess most of the time, I guess my like house keys and stuff are like in my bag, but like I do have a separate keychain with like my work keys that I keep kind of like clipped onto my pocket just because my train card is also on it, so I use it to like scan in and out of the train. So I try not to put too much on that just because it's easy for people to like grab it. I put it in my messenger bag and I don't have to listen to it. Yeah, that's fair. The way it like jingles and stuff. Okay, these are supposed to be strips of paper, but it kind of looks like popcorn, but I think it's okay because we're kind of just in the sketching phase anyways. Yeah, I think maybe, should I start line art? Maybe I'll start at least the line art for like the desk itself and stuff. I don't think I need to necessarily draw anything under the desk, although now it's looking kind of empty, unless I just take like all of these and then like scooch it down a little bit. Let's snap this so I don't lose it, although I don't want the top to be too empty either. I'm trying to remember. I feel so old saying this, but it's been so long since I lived in this dorm that I can't really remember everything that was here. But for some reason, I feel like my roommate put up some kind of decoration up here at the top of the window. I hate to dip so soon, but I have been caught up on screens all day and my eyeballs need a break. Don't be sorry. Feel free to head out if you need to, and that goes to all the raiders. If you guys need to head out, get ready for tomorrow, or just kind of take care of yourselves, feel free to go do that. No pressure to stay. I appreciate you being here at all, so thank you. Have a lovely evening and day everyone. You too, have a lovely evening, day, or whatever time it may be. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for following to those who did follow. Yeah, let's see. I know at some point one of my roommates, she's actually one of my bridesmaids, because we stayed close. She had these cool plants that I don't remember how she attached it up here. It was probably a command hook of some sort, but it was like this upside down like little like clay piece that looked kind of like this. Sorry, it's like really scratchy. And then it had plants that grew down like this, like little grass things. So it looked like a jellyfish. So I thought that looked cool. I don't know if this really looks like a jellyfish the way I drew it, but like you can kind of get the idea. It grew down, which is cool short term, but then after a while, it actually started running into a problem where the plants naturally kind of want to face the sun, which is typically up here. Up here, this smiling guy is the sun. And so the plant started curling up to face the sun. So it got to a point where it actually looked more like this. Like it looked like it was kind of eating itself. But we'll just pretend we're in its prime. Like it's looking like a jellyfish, like it was designed to. Yeah. Yeah, she had a few of these, and I'm pretty sure it was just connected here, like a clear command hook of some sort, because, you know, college students, that's what we got. Command hooks are like college students' best friends. So we've got this. We'll just put a few of these around. I don't want to be like superstitious or anything, but I come from a Chinese family, and typically 4 is an unlucky number. So I'm not superstitious, or like I'm not that superstitious, but I do want to avoid it just in case. So I might just go with 3 of them, which I honestly I think it might have just been 3, anyways. So that might actually be pretty accurate. Which one's the middle one? Okay, let's try to center this. Oh, that was actually pretty close. Yeah, we won't put too much emphasis on it when we do the line art on it, but they'll be there. Okay, that's good for now. I think any details we do beyond that we can just do after we line everything out, but I think we have enough to maybe start line art. For the time being, I will, let's see, clean this part up, and this always makes me very nervous, but I think I'm gonna merge everything. I hate doing that, but I know I'm gonna run out of layers, and I think it'll help me in the long run. So it's from here to here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! It's all merged. All right. Cool. Sometimes I'll like consider doing like a second sketch, just kind of to clean it up a little more, but I think in this case, I think it's enough where I can just go for it. Every now and then I gain consciousness of my Chinese DNA. What's it telling you today? What's your Chinese ancestral roots telling you? Is it speaking to you today? Let's see. Okay, let's just start with the desk. We'll start with like the structured stuff, and then we'll draw around it. I am gonna put the border like over it, but I don't want to fidget with the layers too much quite yet. Like, I just kind of want to focus on getting the art done. There's the desk. And there is technically the, well, okay, we'll worry about that later. I was like, there's like that charger hole in the desk where you like stick your wires in and stuff, but yeah. Sammy, what's for dinner tonight? So, you know how earlier during your stream I said that we had In-N-Out for lunch? So we actually got extra In-N-Out because we were like, okay, we're probably gonna be lazy later, especially if I'm streaming. So there's another In-N-Out burger that I'm probably gonna eat, which I know is not the healthiest thing, but yeah, that's what we got. I think the Warriors game is bringing it out of me. Why would that do that? Like, is anyone on the Warriors Chinese? Or is it just like the Bay Area culture, like the San Francisco-ness of the Warriors, which also sounds wrong, but like the Bay Area-ness of the Warriors is bringing out your Chinese side. That's probably an okay line width. I'm almost wondering if I should make it thinner, but I think this is good for now. OMG, I almost had an In-N-Out burger for dinner. Oh my gosh, it's just a good In-N-Out day. That makes me feel better about my decision. Warriors are one of the most popular teams in Asia. Oh, you know, that makes sense. But yeah, that too, lol. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah, now that I think about it, they do all those, like, promotional things in, like, Chinese, like, during, like, exam season. They'll make that little, like, kind of video thing where they're like, oh, good luck on your exams kind of thing, which I was kind of surprised about. I didn't expect it. That's probably fine. Part of me really is thinking I should use a thinner brush for this, but we'll see how it looks. If I change my mind later, we'll just go back and do it again. I think they were the first team to have the Lunar New Year's jersey. I would believe it, yeah. Of all the, like, teams and stuff in the US, I feel like it would make sense for the Warriors to be the first. Or not, like, I don't know. I guess there are a few places that I could see, but yeah. It's not like the only one I would suspect of that, but it's definitely like up there for teams I could see doing that. Was still calling it the Chinese New Year gear back then. Yeah. It's so crazy how politicized the name of, like, Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year became. Like, back then, it was just like, oh, cool, you celebrate? That's nice, Happy New Year. And now it's like, what'd you just call it? Because first it was like, oh, don't call it Chinese New Year, but then people were like, oh, what if I am Chinese? And then this year, something that I had never seen before was people getting mad about calling it Chinese or Lunar New Year, because they're like, technically, it's not the lunar calendar, it's the lunisolar calendar, so Lunar New Year is incorrect. And I'm like, I'm just gonna say Happy New Year. I don't want to get caught in all that. Yeah, I'm like, I'm Chinese, but I also don't want to, like, upset people, so I feel like the safe thing was just, you know, Happy New Year. And, like, I don't know, people don't mind if you just say Happy New Year. Like, hold on, I think I need to draw a little guide for where this should be going. So this should be pretty parallel to the spine. Ooh, you know, that kind of helps with the holes too. I had kind of a weird notebook where it had the like holes, but also the spiral binding, which isn't that weird. I said weird, but yeah. We need a third term, spiritual Lunar New Year. It's a spiritual New Year. I feel like that could very easily turn into like the kind of joke where they're like, oh, New Year's resolution, and in spirit it's a new year for me. New year, new me at like any time of the year. Not in like a bad way. I just think it would be a funny thing that would come out of it. Man, speaking of like culture stuff though, I'm like, with all the wedding planning stuff, so Kai and I want to do like the Asian like tea ceremony, right? So he's Vietnamese, I'm Chinese, and both cultures have like their equivalent of like a wedding tea ceremony. But that also means that I need to find something to wear to that that's like a little more culturally like relevant, I guess. And I don't even know where to start with that. Like, I know there's a dress place that does, it's called East Meets Dress, and they literally do like Chinese inspired and Vietnamese inspired wear for this kind of stuff. But man, it's expensive, and I'm like, man, I just put a down payment on a wedding dress, like a regular what Western wedding dress. And so now I'm like, oh, I didn't think about this. Like, I don't know. Weddings are expensive. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Can you hear Kai in the background? he's playing Repo. He's struggling a bit. Hello, Omniverse Arts. Welcome in. Oh, I like that emote. The pop 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 pop. The kitty cat. Welcome in. We're just doodling and yapping. Hang on, I'm gonna close the door really quick. My fiance's playing Repo and he's getting very excited at the moment. Not my fault, I believe it. That boy going off. Oh yeah. Hey Kai, you can make it up to me by feeding the cat. If you want.
Feed these nuts.
Oh my gosh, hello. Welcome in. How's Repo going? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oops. Well, I guess I could merge that. Yeah, I'll merge it.
I think the toilet's begging for it again.
Oh, is your tummy okay? That's why I didn't eat the In-N-Out yet, because earlier it also sent me to the toilet, which was not very fun, I will admit. No thank you.
Anyways. Hi, Cassie.
I know I said I didn't want these totally parallel with each other, but I think I changed my mind, only because it's easier this way. And I don't think it actually looks that bad like this.
It looks good.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so.
This looks familiar.
What looks familiar? It's as if you were there.
Math 143. Was that the course?
Yeah, I looked it up. Because I wasn't sure what course it was, and it actually was Math 143.
Nice.
If you can even believe that. That's really funny, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because of
there's
143.
photos.
Yeah, the photos. Yeah, the photos are over here.
You had that clip fan too. Where's that?
I don't think I still
It's not
have
that
it.
white one, but it's. Oh no, it was a clip light right there. That's what it was.
I don't think I have either of these anymore.
I know you
though.
don't have it anymore.
Oh, I thought that was what you were. Yeah, I don't know if I'll draw it. I don't want to make the desk too cluttered, but I do want to make it look like lived in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that the first class we had in common was Math 143.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
That was.
Well, 143, like 143 being like the, you know, I love you. It was Calc
4?
3.
Yeah, because Calc 4 was
yeah,
last quarter, and I slammed that shit.
Yeah, it was Calc 3, Calc 4, and then linear analysis. And linear analysis is where I switched out of the honors class because I was not having it.
I never did homework.
That's true. You did homework until you did.
Did I ever actually do homework, or did I just take it from you?
I don't think you copied my homework. It was more like we would compare answers, and it. But after a while, like when you did stop doing your homework, you just didn't ask to compare answers.
Oh, when I stopped. Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Sorry.
which worked for me because I was not very good at math, so I was always very nervous that like you would look at my answers and think I was stupid.
Well, I was never really good at math either.
You were definitely better than me. Yeah. Tell his ass to come back.
Who's Timmy?
Timmy.
Timmy!
Are you guys playing with Tim Buckley right now, or? Yeah. But anyways, Kai, you should get back to Repo. Missed the Buckmaster for real. I want to watch him stream again. I think last time I watched him stream, he was playing Splatoon. It was like Splatfest. That's what it's called, right? Let's see, what pen do I want to use for it? Because I do want to use like maybe one of the marker ones. Is it under drawing? It might be under painting actually, or inking. Painting or inking. Marker. Marker's a good one. Typically labeled my notebooks with a Sharpie. Timmy Turner. There was I was watching an interview recently with what's his name? What's his first name? It starts with the B. What's his face? Hartman, the creator of Fairly Odd Parents. But he was talking about how they came up with the idea for the crossover episode, because it was him and the creator of Jimmy Neutron, and they were like, hey, you have a show with a 10-year-old named Jimmy, and I have a show with a 10-year-old named Timmy. Like, we should do something with that. And then they pitched it to Nickelodeon, and then they were like, yeah, let's do it. And then that was kind of why they did all the crossover like movies between Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents. That came up on my page pretty recently, but I think the interview itself was actually pretty old. Is it Bret Hartman? I'm blanking on his name. Penny Parker is... Oh wait. Oh, I missed so much. I looked down for a second. I'm not used to people chatting. Him and Guy Moon would do a lot of stuff on Nickelodeon. I miss the crossover episodes. Yeah. I miss old cartoons. I agree. Speaking of old cartoons, Avatar's coming back. They've got their new series coming up soon. I miss Mochi streams. I agree. You gotta get back on streaming. I miss watching you guys. I've been a serial lurker this whole time, so I miss just being in people's chats. Penny Parker is literally just Minesweeper, but you are the mines. Remember the Kim Possible Lilo and Stitch crossover? I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember many specifics from that one, but I do have images of it in my head. Bret Hart is a wrestler. What's the guy's name? Cause let's see, is it Bret Hartman? Bret Hartman? No, I don't think it was. No. I swear it starts with the B though. Let me just look up Fairly Odd Parents creator. Butch Hartman. That's his name. It's Butch Hartman. And oh yeah, Blanket. Thank you. Butch Hartman, yeah. Can't wait for her to catch up to chat after researching the name. That is exactly what happened. I'm not used to the chat going burr like that. Very hard. How's it going? I'm doing good, Lee. How are you? We've been working on more trading cards for our wedding. So this is kind of my first impression of Kai. Yeah, I thought he was just a quiet, nerdy guy, and turns out he was a loud, chaotic dude, but that worked out too. But fun fact, Butch Hartman, you know how between shows on Nickelodeon, they would do like, oh, let's draw like Timmy Turner, or let's draw Cosmo, and they would do kind of like a quick draw along segment. That's the reason why I draw ears like this. He would always go and let's draw a 6 for the ears. And that's how he drew ears. So if you look at like Timmy Turner and like all of his characters, Danny Phantom and all of them, it's like a little 6 for the ear. And so that's kind of something that stuck with me all these years, is the 6 for the ears. I was wondering why it looked so scratchy, and I forgot I was using a marker pen. But yeah. Yes, the 6. Yeah, exactly. I have that segment ingrained into my little brain. Yeah, I can practically see like the pointy hair and stuff for Cosmo. Okay. Clearly I cannot, because that was awful, but we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. But yeah. Let's see. I honestly think with my neighbor situation, it's so Jover. Hey, I streamed with the smoke detector going off every 21 seconds. So I don't think people would mind at all. I really thought it was worse than it was. But I think it was, like, I was looking back at the VOD and I was like, okay, the beeping actually really wasn't that bad. But it was still kind of driving me insane because I heard it. And at that point, I had heard it for like at least like 12 hours at that. No, not 12 hours, maybe like 8 hours at that point. My neighbor would be on the mic more than I would be. That would be kind of entertaining though. If anything, why don't you do like a test stream, like stream to Discord or something, and then see how it see if it picks up as much as you think. Even I stream more often than Mochi and Kai. That's right. That's kind of true though, because you've been streaming quite a bit lately. I feel like a lot of afternoons lately I've been seeing you go live. Sometimes Kai and I will like race to be first in your chat if we both see it at the same time. Blanket is our successor, the All-Father. I think Blanket's technically been streaming longer than you guys though, hasn't he? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like, because you had an anniversary, or you posted something about an anniversary once, but I can't remember which anniversary it was. Oops. Man, I don't know how like big art streamers are able to like yap and make progress, because I feel like every time I start talking I get so distracted. It's almost my 5th. Oh, Flapper Adapter, thanks for the follow. Welcome in, hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying the vibes. You're a friend of Vanilla Mochi's, aren't you? I think he mentioned wanting to collab with you. My anniversary is on June 29th. 5th anniversary. Wow. Wait, almost. Oh yeah, 5th anniversary. No, I don't claim that man's. Fair enough. I will collab with him one day. It'll be fun. Haven't heard the name Blapper Adapter in years. Mochi, I've been. Yeah. Maybe he'll draw Psyduck. True. I'm about to collab with Blapper Adapter before I collab with Vanilla Mochi. Oops. You know what else? I don't know if you guys were in chat when I said it earlier, but Lo-Fi Girl, I think today is her 10th anniversary, like the 10th anniversary of Lo-Fi Girl. We've technically collabed already? What do you mean? Like you and Blapper, or me and Blapper, or me and Vanilla? Or I wonder if they'll drop more lore? Yeah, because they did the whole synthwave boy. Synth was that what it was called? The guy, he was the kid across the street, the way. No, me and you, Bozo. Okay, that's true, yeah. Synth Kid? It was Lo-Fi Girl and like Synth... I think that's his name. You're probably right, Synth Kid. Yeah. Man, that was crazy when that dropped. I feel like this is too thin, or too thick. I bought more Pokemon cards. Did you really? Pokemon cards are expensive. So so I think your plan is to stream opening Pokemon cards, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that would be fun. Kai gets very hyped when it comes to Pokemon cards lately, so I think that'll be a fun stream to watch. I'm streaming it, yeah? No, I didn't. You didn't buy more. What you gotta do is stream it enough for people to like follow and pay you money to buy more cards. I feel like that is not nearly as common as people make it seem. Like they're like, oh, just do this, and then like your viewers will like pay for stuff, but like you have to have like a really committed fan base, like a borderline parasocial fan base even, to like convince them to buy you like a bunch of Pokemon cards. I want to buy another box though. That's fair. Those are expensive. Let's see. Okay, I have a BRB stream, but I don't remember what's on it. But I'm gonna switch to it really quick because I'm gonna go use the bathroom. This is gonna be a surprise because, like I said, I do not remember what I set as BRB. I hope it's normal. But anyways, here we go. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's pretty boring. Okay, I'll make something more fun later. But BRB, I'm gonna go pee. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. Kai lock her in? No! That wouldn't be very nice. That's not very nice at all. I appreciate him for not locking me. You should lock into your game, but don't lock me in the bathroom, please. Let's see, what was I doing? I do want to make this a little... I'll leave it actually. Speaking of Kai, Kai, has Cassie gotten her food yet? If you're still there. If not, I'll get it in a minute too, but... let's see. I should probably draw myself before I draw the laptop. I'm kind of just... I don't know why I went straight to the notebook now that I think about it, because I said I was gonna get like kind of the rest of the background done first. Let me get back to that. At least the curtain and stuff. Let's make that a little bit thicker. Maybe I don't want it too thick actually. If I'm going for kind of a pseudo like Pokemon style, maybe it should be a little bit thinner. But that's okay. Like I said, I do kind of want it to be my own thing at the same time, so. So I think, note for next time, my BRB screen, maybe I should just keep the same BGM. Like I feel like that was a little bit abrupt, too abrupt of a transition. But that's what this is for, is learning how to stream. I'm in beta test mode right now. I feel like for a first week and a half of streaming, this has not gone as bad as I thought. I was very nervous going into this, so I'm definitely glad I took this like leap. This is the curtain. Dun, 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 dun. Drawing these lines, but that'll be covered by the border anyways. His hand's really close to that curtain line. I can scooch that over a little bit. Oops. Okay, got that. Okay, let's start at the front from here. I'm gonna put all this desk stuff together. And then, okay, we'll start with some thin lines and then we can make things thicker later if we want, but for now I think thin lines help with making sure you don't lose some of the details and stuff. You know what's been kind of crazy lately is, so for those who don't know, my TikTok kind of popped off in 2021. Totally randomly over some really like random video of an axolotl or a couple axolotls that I drew. Because coincidentally, I drew that around the same time that Minecraft added axolotls to the game. So somehow one of the three tags, I don't know how many tags I used, said hashtag axolotl, and it reached many people. And since then I had a lot of, I think I had like maybe 2-3 years like period of like a lot of like weirdly popular videos. Obviously since then I've kind of like dropped off from that because it got to be really overwhelming, and TikTok's a great place for imposter syndrome because if you use TikTok, you know that you follow a creator and then suddenly like it feels like you see less of them when you follow them because you spend more time when you use TikTok, you spend more time on your For You page than your following page. So that was kind of what I was experiencing, was a lot of imposter syndrome over that. But then I kind of got over it. I was like, you know what? I don't really care all that much about like having really popular TikTok videos. Like at the end of the day, I kind of just do this for fun. However, recently, this random video of mine from 2022 has been getting a lot of attention again. So this is a 3-year-old video, and it's not even art related. It was because back then I was doing a lot of just like whatever came to mind, like any kind of videos, any kind of content. This one was just me ranting about how at my previous job, which ridiculously toxic, I absolutely hated it. At my previous job, I went by Sam, as I tend to do, and then all it took was one person being like, you know what, I don't want to call you Sam anymore because Sam is a boy's name and you're not a boy. And suddenly, one by one, all of my coworkers and all the people I was working with stopped calling me Sam and started calling me Samantha, which I was not a fan of. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I went by Samantha through most of high school because, that was just kind of what I was used to. But that was a long time ago. I don't go by Samantha anymore, haven't in a while. And all it took was one person being like, Sam is a boy's name and you're not a boy. And then everyone just went back to calling me Samantha, and I absolutely hated it. So I made a silly video just kind of joking about that. Got a lot of attention at the time, got a lot of like butthurt men for some reason who were offended that I would go by Sam, which was really weird. Were they an older person? Yeah, the original guy was an older person. Everyone else, though, well, okay, I worked with a lot of old people, so a lot of them were older, but not everyone was an old person. Like, I think there were 2 people who were pretty close to my age who still called me Sam, but literally everybody else, like, reverted to Samantha, and I was like, okay, well, whatever. Like, is what it is, and I didn't like the job anyways, so I knew I wasn't going to be there forever, so I didn't think too much of it. Although one thing that did really annoy me was that they hired like 2 more people who were coincidentally named Sam. Both of them were Samuels. Both of them were like old white guys, and they had no problem calling them Sam. And so it was. So then they used the excuse, oh, well, we don't want to mix you up with the other Sams. And I'm like, but I was Sam first. Hey, they be on some weird timing sometimes, yeah, honestly. But yeah, so I was replaced as the Sam of the office for mostly because I was a female with the name Sam, but then later they used the excuse that they had other Sams now, but I was like, then what was the reason before we hired other Sam 1 and other Sam 2? Because I became one of 3 Sams, but yeah. And I was like, if that's the problem, how come both of these Sams get to go by Sam and it's not Sam and Samuel or something, you know? So people come up with excuses for that kind of stuff. I was kind of over it. That was one of many red flags. Sam is also not an exclusively boy name. Like, that's just unacknowledged. Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like I'm very aware that Sam is a very unisex name. Or, like, like, there's so many female Sams in pop culture, too. But I think it's, like, a very, like, old head mindset. Because one of Kai's relatives, so his cousin's husband is a white guy, and his parents are very traditional. So when I met them, they actually did the same thing. I was like, oh, hi, I'm Sam, and they were like, Sam, and they like legitimately looked so confused until their son was like, it's short for Samantha. I'm like, Samantha. And I was like, really? Like, you can't tell me you've never met a girl named Sam. Because even my dance teacher used to talk about how, like, because she had a pretty unique name. I won't name the name, but she told me that like, oh, it's funny, your name is Sam. And when I was in like high school, that was kind of my like go-to name when people ask, like when strangers asked me what my name was, because I didn't want to like correct them and be like, oh, my name is like this obscure name, and then they're like, wait, what is it again? And I'm like, how do you pronounce that? And so she would just default to Sam. Like, I guess it's what people would call their Starbucks name nowadays. I feel like that's the term I've seen recently, is like you have a hard to pronounce name and then you have your Starbucks name. And that's the name you give to the barista so that they don't mess it up. But yeah, Sam was her Starbucks name, but like before it was called the Starbucks name. Hi Kai, what's up? How you doing? Just watching me. You get to watch me in person. How lucky is that? Yeah, all of these will definitely need some cleaning up, but it's good for now. It's a good start, at least.
I'm gonna poopy my panties.
Okay, don't do that. Okay, save the poo-poo pants for your stream.
I'm gonna buy another box of cards.
Are you really?
No.
OMG, remember that thing we talked about this weekend about Spanish names? Oh my gosh, yeah. How what did we specifically say about that? I said that, but then I realized I was thinking about your friend who asked you what your Asian name was.
Vanilla Mochi's real name is Carlos.
Samantha, you're more like a Phil. Yeah, Sammy Do is short for
Fill my ass.
Okay. Philly Do. Philly Do. That's my alter ego. Let me just merge all these. I might wrap it up soon, only because I'm getting a little bit hungry. I accidentally snacked. I meant to eat dinner like before stream, but I made the mistake of like snacking through the workday a little bit. And so by the time I got off of work, I wasn't very hungry. Yeah, I wasn't very hungry. So, oops, hang on, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so then I didn't really eat dinner before like I had originally planned to, but I also didn't want to push stream back too far because as I have learned from my first week, excuse me, oh hiccup, from my first week of streaming, is that Cassie does not like when I stream too late. And if like she literally will get so antsy after a certain time if I'm still sitting at my desk. And I think that's like regardless of whether it's that I'm streaming or if I'm like just working at my desk. Like she reaches a point in the night where if I'm sitting here, she's gonna walk all over my desk and be all up in my face. And then yeah, so I'm just gonna try to avoid having that happen again. Why would you expose my real name, Vanilla Carlos Mochi? Wait. I thought your name was Vanilla Sir Barks a Lot Mochi. Have I been living a lie? Aren't you... Unless it's Vanilla Carlos Sir Barks a Lot Mochi. Have I had your name wrong this whole time? Through all our years of friendship? Your name is Carlos? What kind of name is that? I knew a Carlos. He was, I worked at a summer camp with him. And I think he was trying to major in business. Yeah, he was really good with the kids. Because we, you know, obviously summer camp, lots of kiddos, but the kids loved him. He was a very fun guy. Okay, I'll erase more of that in a minute. I think we're good enough to do the laptop. Going for quite a while, almost 3 hours. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm gonna do a smaller one for that. Your summer camp stories go hard. Oh, I could tell stories. There was one kid that like this was probably the most traumatizing thing for me. Was she wanted to go on the monkey bars and she was scared. So I was trying to be really encouraging, right? I was like, "Oh, you can do it. Like you can like I'll be here to catch you if you fall. Like but just believe in yourself. Like with monkey bars, just go for it. Reach for the bar. And if you miss, I'll be here to catch you." Now, I was standing there prepared for her to like swing maybe accidentally let go too early and just fall into my arms if she fell. I wasn't expecting her to yeet herself as far as she could, like a monkey, like an actual monkey, and she did a full flip over my arms and then landed like face first on the wood chips. I was like, oh my god, it happened so fast, and I felt so terrible because I told her, I'll catch you if you fall. But I wasn't ready to catch her when she threw her body across the monkey bars. And so she like landed face first. She sits up, obviously she's crying, and her nose is bleeding profusely. I was like, oh my god, I felt so bad. Like I rushed her to the nurse's office so fast, and like she was fine, right? Like nothing was broken. Like I was worried she broke her nose or something. She was bleeding, she was crying, she was traumatized, and I was traumatized. It was not a fun time. You're an awful person. I feel like an awful person. I still think about that to this day, about how she trusted me to catch her if she fell off the monkey bars. Cause like normally, okay, listen, normally when kids are like really nervous like that, it's cause they're like overly cautious. Like at that age, you're either a really overly cautious kid or you're like a complete daredevil with no sense of safety whatsoever. So I was expecting the former, and I was expecting her to like kind of gently reach for the bar. She practically jumped at that thing though. Stressed me out. I felt so bad. You don't even understand how bad I felt. That was that was probably like 8 years ago now, and I still think about that. I still think about how like I let her down. Like I'm going to hell for that. Like that was awful. I feel so bad. One time I was riding my bike down a hill and I fell face first into a tree and broke no bones. I think my mom talked about doing that once, like she lived in a pretty hilly area, and she got her first like I guess what you would call like a big kid bike, right? Like cuz there's the bikes that you like pedal backwards to brake, but this was the first one that she got where it wasn't that, it was just like the handbrakes. And so she was speeding down this hill. She was like, oh my god, how do I stop, how do I stop? And her friends were like, oh, use the handbrakes. So she squeezed the hell out of the handbrakes really fast and then like flipped into a pole. You literally let her down. I did. I literally still feel so bad about that, and I'm sure it's a story she tells her friends now. Like it's been so long. Like let's do some math here. Like if she was, let's say she was like 7 at the time, and it's been, let's see, 27. What year was it? 20. It might have been 20. No, it was 2017. 2017 was 8 years ago. So let's say she was 7 at the time. She's like at least 13 now. So she's probably telling her friends about how this asshole camp counselor like said she would catch her, and then didn't. Oh, I'm a terrible person. That's messed up. It is. I feel so bad. I was prepared to catch her. I just wasn't prepared for her to do a backflip. You don't understand how fast she flipped. Oh my gosh. That's gonna weigh on my conscience for the rest of my life. If it makes you feel better, my mom let me fall 40 feet. 40 feet? Did you like jump out a window or something? What the heck? I need the story for that. I'm gonna need some context. No, I ran off a cliff. why? Like on purpose? Like, did you not know the cliff was there, or like was it like, hey, watch this? You know what that reminds me of? This is video. And I really hope it was staged. I really hope it was staged, but it was this kid who went up to their dad and they were like, hey dad, watch this. I'm gonna drop this plate and it won't break. Dad's like, I swear to God, it better not break. He's like, no, it won't break, I swear. The kid drops the plate and it breaks. It shatters into a million pieces all over their living room. And the dad's like, why would you do that? And the kid was like, you were supposed to catch it. The joke was that it wouldn't break because you were gonna catch it. And he was like, how was I supposed to know that? And the kid starts gaslighting his dad. He's like, you should know better. You should know it would break if it lands on the floor. And it pisses me off so much, but like, I'm just like, I hope that was scripted. Let two firemen hiking me up a cliff, then led two firemen hiking me up a cliff, then a helicopter was parked in the middle of the road, stopping all traffic. Oh my gosh, I love that video. Oh my gosh, it makes me so mad, but like, if I just convince myself that it was scripted, that it wasn't real, then it makes me feel a little better. But I think it scares me because I'm like, if I have kids and they end up like that, that's gonna stress me out so much. That hospital bill was insane. Oh, I believe it. A helicopter? That's crazy. Oh, have you seen the video of it's like this old lady getting airlifted, and obviously, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's not funny. I should not be laughing at it, but it's a little funny. Where they're like airlifting her and they didn't secure it that well, and so it was just spinning like a Beyblade as the helicopter was lifting her up. And like, she was fine. She ended up fine, which is the only reason I'm okay with like kind of laughing at it, but like, I feel so bad for laughing at it. I showed it to my dad because he and his friends have like a guys trip every year. They go hiking or they go like, you know, camping or something. So they went on a hike and they have a friend who's like notorious for like not being very fit. Like he struggles with like all the physical activity stuff, and he had like a bit of an emergency and had to be like they had to send like search and rescue after him. But then I brought that video up because I thought it was funny. I missed the first few days of 4th grade because it was the last day of summer. Oh my gosh. OMG, you're pulling out all the old school videos. Don't make me feel old. Like, I know it's an older one. Like, I know that. But at the same time, like, oh, hearing it called old just makes me feel so old. Okay, let's see. How does that look? Oops. Alright, coming along. I might make that laptop line thicker. In the meantime, I'll erase this. Yeah. I had a moment where I thought maybe I didn't select the right layer. Gotta fix that as well. Okay, there's a lot of lines I can erase, but that'll probably be all I'll do for the rest of today, is just clean up these lines and then call it good, because we've been 3 hours and I'm pretty hungry. We can yap a little bit though. Let's see, how's it coming along? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure how I feel about the hair, about my hair. Not this one, this one. Here, just as a reminder to myself, I'll leave it like this. I will probably fix that. Let's see. The Gardevoir Life Size plush is sold out. My bad. Yeah, Vanilla Mochi bought all of them. I want a big ass Psyduck one. That would be so perfect. we'll draw you wearing the Psyduck thing, and we'll do another one of you holding Psyduck. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my chatting screen, but I don't know. I think this is pretty good progress for today. We got the whole thing sketched out, and I think from here it gets much easier. So yeah, we'll continue this. Might edit this a little bit off stream, not sure, but I think we've got a pretty good start. Let's switch over. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, you want to see something really, really exciting? So today was my 7th day of streaming, or 7th stream, I guess. And you know what else? Bum 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 bum. Today is day 7, which means all 4 of these are gonna be checked. Woohoo! So yeah, hopefully next time we do this, there'll be a lot more stuff going on. I'm so excited, but also got so much I want to do. Yeah, look at that. We're about there. Today was day 7, so yeah, give it up for day 7. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I was actually working on some stuff for emotes and alerts and such, because I also want to fix up some of the alerts. But I was working on that last night, and then a freaking earthquake hit right near us, and it was actually Kai's first time feeling an earthquake, but everything was shaking. I was like, dang. But I'm not totally new to earthquakes, so it was whatever, right? Obviously start going online and checking oh my gosh, earthquake, was that actually an earthquake? And sure enough it was. So I did the usual distraction stuff, and then I went and sat back down to keep working on the said animation. And then we had an aftershock, and it was a really small one, but I was like, dang. So then I went out and started chatting with Kai about it again. I was texting my family about it, because they're farther, but they're close enough where they still felt the earthquake. And then after that I sat down, and I kept feeling, every time I was about to focus, and I was doing an animation, so I would add a frame. It was frame number 4. I remember this because I was like, okay, I need to create frame number 4. And then I would feel shaking again. And I thought I was going crazy. After the 3rd time this happened, I thought I'm probably just a little bit shaken from the first one, because it's the biggest earthquake I felt in a little bit. So I was like, I'm probably just a little bit frazzled. And I looked it up later, and there were 10 aftershocks in the following hours after that first earthquake. And I was like, okay, I wasn't going crazy. There was one 2 hours later that was actually, when I was looking it up, I think they classified it as its own bigger earthquake, because the first one was a 3.9, or maybe they might have downed it to a 3.4. And then 2 hours later there was a 2.9, which wasn't as big, but it was enough to still kind of make some of the furniture kind of wobble a little bit. Not big furniture, but little desk trinkets, I should say. I shouldn't call that furniture. But yeah, I was like, man, the universe really doesn't want me to be working on this right now. But I worked on it anyways, and did I finish that? Yeah, I did finish that one. It was something I wanted to do for a new follower alert, which I did. I was gonna set up for today, but then I didn't get around to it, or I kind of forgot about it, but I think that's okay. But I think today would have been a good day to do that, because we did have some followers from Mothwing's raid, so it would have been a good time to test it out. But that's okay, we'll have it for next stream. But yeah, I'm very excited, because that today being day 7 means that all of these are green. Yay! So excited. Beep beep. No. maybe I'll make the smoke detector an alert sound. Beep beep. Anyways, yeah. That was some crazy stuff last night though, but I'm so excited, and I do want to finish a bunch of art before like, I guess the official like first affiliate stream. I'm not gonna do anything special necessarily, but I do want to have like some of the stuff a little bit cleaned up, stuff set up a little bit better. But yeah, that'll be for next time. I'm big excited, and very nervous. So yeah. That being said, I'm getting hungry and a little bit tired, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you, Mothwing BT, for rating. Thank you for the follows from Blapper Adapter, Vulturegeist, and Rainbird. Yeah, and Mary! Hi and bye! Oh my gosh, hello, hello! Did you finish streaming too? You were live earlier, right? Or am I just kind of going crazy? But love you too! Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up for today, but talk to you next time. Just gonna head out now and grab some dinner, but yeah, have a good night, everybody. Bye bye!